Imagine this. You're exploring an abandoned cave system deep in the Arizona desert. The air is thick with dust and your flashlight flickers as you squeeze through a narrow passage. Then, crash. The earth rumbles, rocks tumble down, and before you realize what's happening, you're trapped. No way forward, no way back, just a pitch-black cavern and the crushing weight of silence. This is the story of Mark Jensen, an adventure junkie whose underground expedition turned into a terrifying fight for survival. How did he escape? What mistakes almost sealed his fate? And most importantly, if you were trapped in total darkness, would you survive? Let's dive in. Mark had always been fascinated by caves. He loved the thrill of squeezing through tight tunnels, discovering hidden chambers, and pushing himself to the limits. So when he heard about an uncharted cave system near the Grand Canyon, he knew he had to check it out. With nothing but a headlamp, a climbing harness, a few energy bars, and a bottle of water, he went in alone. The descent was breathtaking. Towering rock formations, eerie underground lakes, and total silence except for the sound of his own breath. It felt like stepping into another world. But deep inside something wasn't right. The air felt heavy. A faint rumbling echoed through the tunnels. And then, without warning, the walls shook. Dust exploded into the air. The ground beneath him trembled. Mark barely had time to react before a section of the cave ceiling collapsed behind him. Rocks crashed down, sealing the only exit, and just like that, he was buried alive. Buried alive? His heart pounded. The beam of his flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows across the stone walls. He shouted for help, but in a place this remote, there was no one to hear him. For the first time in his life, Mark felt true fear. Survival wasn't just about staying calm, it was about staying alive in conditions that could kill him. First he checked his supplies. Flashlight battery at 50%, not great. Water bottle, half full, enough for maybe a day. Energy bars, 2 small ones, not nearly enough. Rope and harness, useful but only if he found a way out. Then came the biggest problem, oxygen. With no fresh air coming in, every breath he took was a countdown clock to suffocation. If he didn't act fast, he'd never make it out. Panic threatened to take over. But panic wastes oxygen. He had to think, he had to move. He turned off his flashlight to conserve battery. Pure darkness surrounded him. His own breath echoed back at him. Then, slowly, he began feeling his way along the walls. Searching for anything, a crack, a passage, a way out. Minutes felt like hours. Then, his fingers brushed something, a small opening, a narrow passageway just wide enough to crawl through. His heart raced. This could be his only chance. With his harness and rope, Mark pulled himself through the tight passage. The space was so small he could barely breathe. Rocks scraped against his skin, every movement took effort. But giving up wasn't an option. Then, he heard something. A distant dripping sound. Water. Flowing water. If there was water, there had to be an opening somewhere. He pushed forward. His muscles screamed in pain. His head pounded from lack of air. But finally, a light, a faint glow ahead, an exit. Mark clawed forward with everything he had left. His vision blurred. His lungs burned. One final pull. And he broke through. Fresh air. He collapsed onto the rocky ground, gasping, staring up at the sky. He had made it. Barely. Mark's story isn't just about survival, it's a warning. Here's what saved his life and what you should remember if you ever find yourself trapped underground. Never explore caves alone. If he had a partner, rescue would have been much faster. Always bring extra light sources. His battery nearly ran out. A backup flashlight could have been life-saving. Carry more water. Dehydration kills faster than you think. Stay calm. Panic wastes oxygen. Thinking clearly kept him alive. Follow water. Flowing water often leads to exits in caves. Would you survive being trapped underground? What would you do differently? Drop a comment below and let's talk survival. And if you want to make sure you're prepared for anything, check out the gear in the description. Because in the end, the only way to survive is to always be ready. Stay safe, stay smart, and I'll see you in the next video.
This is the center drive from Gerber. We found that consumers on a job site, under the hood of a truck or under a motorcycle, don't always have both hands to operate a multi-tool. The driver, the blade, and the jaws were the three key components that they use. That's why we made all three accessible with one thumb. The Center Drive Plus offers all of the groundbreaking features of the original Center Drive and takes it to the next level. Upgrades include spring-loaded scissors, partially serrated full-size blade, tumble finish components, and a premium USA-made leather sheath. The sheath is equipped with a set of 12 standard quarter-inch drive bits. It's available in multiple variants, including stainless, black, and plus. This American-made multi-tool delivers real tools and no compromises. This is the Truss by Gerber. With the Truss, we took everything that users loved about the suspension and optimized the tool pack to deliver even more functionality. With 17 tools, you'll be able to handle any challenge that comes your way. This butterfly open multi-tool features spring-loaded pliers. Tools include needle nose pliers, standard coarse pliers, and wire cutters. Bottle opener, can opener, small flathead driver, saw, serrated blade, wire stripper, large flathead driver, fine edge blade, cross driver, scissors, awl, ruler, file, medium flathead driver. Locking outboard tools offer quick access and safe use. The truss comes in a nylon sheath, available in either dual mount or MOLLE compatible options. From the job site to the campsite, the truss delivers professional grade tools in a compact frame.
This is the Crucial. For in your pack or your pocket, this tool is packed with function and designed for action. Its large, partially serrated knife blade opens quickly with one hand using the large thumb stud. Stainless steel handles butterfly open to reveal long, versatile needle nose pliers that include a wire cutter. The ergonomically curved handles deliver a solid grip and increased torque. Also on board are sturdy Phillips and flathead drivers, a carabiner clip that doubles as a bottle opener, and a handy clip. All the features you want, none you don't. This is the Crucial.
This is the Line Driver by Gerber. So the Line Driver really was born on the river. A friend and I were fishing and we found ourselves changing flies out so often to try and catch picky fish that just the actual act of tying a knot became this burdensome ordeal. We got back to the truck, found the first piece of paper we could and sketched it out, and the Line Driver was born. The dual-ended Line Driver has 6 essential functions, starting out with the hook vise. So what the hook vise actually allows you to do is not hold the hook with your fingers. The tool does it for you, and it also allows you to spin the hook while you tie the knot. When you're done tying the knot, you've got something besides the hook to hold on to while you're cinching it home. In addition to the hook vise, there's an eyelet clearing spike that you can knock paint out of jig head eyelets and get old line out of your flies as well. Tethering point and a pocket clip keep it close at hand and secure to your body. The line cutter on the Line Driver both allows you to use it as a conventional line cutter. This has dual serrations for tougher situations like larger diameter line. There's a lockout function on the Line Driver that actually closes the line cutter part way so that you're able to drag line through it quickly and cut line without actually touching the tool. The line cutter also turns into a nice little pair of pliers to crimp down split shot. I've also used it in a pinch to knock barbs off of hooks. On the same end as the line cutter is a hook threading device. It gives you a funnel to make it a lot easier to thread fine line through small eyelets. It really speeds up the process. The faster you can get a fly or a lure onto your line, the more time it spends in the water and the better chance you have of catching a fish. The approach that we took with the line driver is the same approach we take with a lot of multi-tools. It is designed specifically for line management. Everything you need and nothing you don't.
Life isn't a popularity contest. It's not an act, and it's certainly not fair. It's not a fad, it's not a fashion statement. And it's not about pretending to have all the answers or claiming to be real. Life is blood and guts and sweat. It's hard work, true heart, pure grit. And it's time someone set the record straight. Introducing Center Drive from Gerber. With a first-of-its-kind full-size driver on the center axis that uses standard bits. A full-size outboard knife that's 30% longer than the competition with reverse thumb support. Plus, spring-loaded pliers. And they're all accessible with a flick of your thumb. The multi-tool just got a reality check.
It's the Gerber Paraframe Tonto. It's a lightweight pocket folder with tactical design elements. It's a black coated stainless steel with a Tonto tip and serrations across the bottom for cutting. It's got a frame lock so you can easily redeploy with one hand or with two. Lightweight, ergonomic. It's the Paraframe Tonto.
This is the Vital Big Game Folder from Gerber. On the hunt, a single blade doesn't always cut it. That's why Split Sec Tech lets you safely exchange blades in seconds with the push of a button. Never again will you need to hunt down tools while in the field. The surgically sharp full-size blade is now even larger, offering more purchase when working through large game. The Blaze orange handle is impossible to miss, and the rubber overmold ensures a tight grip on things, no matter how messy they get. A quiet carry hard case can safely store new and used blunt tip or drop point blades in two separate cavities. Both the folder and the carry case are housed in a single nylon sheet. The Gerber Vital Big Game Folder. The hunt for a toolless exchangeable blade system is over.
I'm Robert Vogel. I'm the IPSC and IDPA World Champion, and I'm also a police officer. When I'm out on patrol, there's a variety of things I could run into. There's so many uses that a knife could come into play in. From cutting a seat belt to cut through the interior of a car looking for contraband, you can easily hang this off a carabiner. It's a great tool to have for everyday patrol. This has a Tonto point, the blade. It's also serrated on the bottom half here. Has G10 scales. It has a newly designed thumb lift that actually makes it easy to open, close with one hand. The ring is what it's all about. This is what innovation looks like. I always count on Gerber to deliver. I'm Robert Vogel, and this is the Gerber Remix Tactical.
Panteo.
It's the Gerber Downrange Tomahawk. Comes with a low-profile MOLLE sheath that can fit on just about anything. Easy release snaps let you get at the Tomahawk in no time. The Downrange Tomahawk has three primary breaching functions. The first is a pry bar. This pry bar has a cant in the head to allow maximum leverage. Up top on the axe head, you have an integrated prying handle. This gives you real estate so you have positive control when you're executing the pry. On the reverse side, you have a hammerhead. This has maximum surface area and is welded in place. On the opposing side, you remove a button here and can quickly and easily eject that Kydex sheath from the Tomahawk. This exposes a large blade with a point on the bottom. This is great for hacking through ropes, twine, anything else in a hurry. It also has 2 G10 handles along both sides. This gives the user maximum control and confidence during swings or during pries. The downrange Tomahawk is 420 high carbon steel. It's been heat treated so it won't bend under stress. Proudly made in Portland, Oregon, this is the downrange Tomahawk.